This is Jordan Oliver, and there's only two ways you can catch me. Perched on the top rope, you better be listening.
What's going on, fans? It's Lee Walker here, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown real quick before we get into my guest. Ladies and gentlemen, MLW Kings of Coliseum is a free pay-per-view this Wednesday, January 6th. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Major League Wrestling is starting 2021 off by giving its fans a free pay-per-view. Where can you watch Kings of Coliseum? Well, you can watch that on the MLW YouTube page. You can catch it on Fubo Sports Network. You can catch it on Pluto TV, beIN Sports, and Danzin. There are 3 championships on the line that night, and we have a grunge match between Contra's unit, Simon Gotch, and the man I'm about to speak to from Injustice, Jordan Oliver. Jordan, how you doing today?
I'm all right, and you? I'm a little tired.
My first shift ended at 7 a.m. I'm a little tired myself, but you know that's the way it is. Before we get into the feud with Simon Gotch, I want to talk about your mentor real quick and someone that really helped you throughout your career, who is Jimmy Rave. He made an announcement that on social media that due to an infection in his arm, he was going to have to retire. Since this announcement, have you stayed in touch with him and been in contact with him at all?
Yeah. As soon as he texted me before he announced it or whatever, just to let me know everything that was going on. And we hadn't really been talking for a little bit, for a few weeks or whatever, just because I don't know, no reasons. We just weren't in contact as often. But since then, I pretty much talk to him every day now.
All right.
So,
and fans, please note that Jimmy Rave does have a GoFundMe page. These sort of medical bills are really expensive, and you can find that GoFundMe/F/Jimmy Rave. Share it. If you can't donate, at least share it so that the word is out there more. Everyone all around would really appreciate that. You are the youngest ever to sign with Major League Wrestling, MLW. And when you signed, MLW CEO Court Bauer had this to say about you. Jordan's journey is like Spider-Man come to life. There is a reason why he is the youngest wrestler we have ever signed. He is that good. I look forward to seeing him develop in the league surrounded by a great system. How does that make you feel hearing the CEO talk about you like that?
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It feels like so far throughout my whole career, I've been getting the youngest. I've just been so grateful to be able to break down a bunch of barriers at such a young age. It's insane.
I've watched you, and we talked a little bit. I seen you live in Binghamton, New York. You are from New York yourself, being in Newburgh. I'm upstate here, close to Syracuse, New York. A lot of talent, generally that we see from New York has come from, Long Island or, New York City. How does it feel to be out of, that realm of, those two areas and be in a different area in New York?
I feel like a lot of people, they end up forgetting that I'm actually from New York because I'm not a part of that, that House of Glory or New York City, clique or whatever. I just did this all by myself. So a lot of people just think that I'm from Philadelphia or New Jersey. It's actually super funny. People were like, wait, the 845, you're from what? I always get a lot of people oh, you're from Poughkeepsie? I'm like, no, I'm not from Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, no, I've been to Newburgh. It's a great little area, a little quiet area, but nonetheless, it's always great to see somebody who's outside of that realm, but still in New York, make it to where you've made it. I've always loved that, and I always appreciate being a fan of someone who's somewhat local, especially from New York. You sign your contract and, everything's, going great. But we see in May 2020, Injustice loses a member of Cotto Brazil, who was
Yeah.
backstage about to walk out, for the Super Series closing ceremony, gets attacked. We know Simon Gotch was a part of the attack. Would you say that this was the start of the feud between you and Simon?
I feel like ever since I came into MLW, me and Simon have had some sort of heat. I feel like he's a little bitter that I'm the youngest to ever sign. That maybe at the time I was a little bit skinny, and I just feel like dude's always had a problem with me since I first came in the locker room. To be honest.
I mean, I feel like that's going to come with the being the youngest and all eyes on you sort of deal. With that sort of having that stature. We flash forward a little bit. In December 2020, you were very, very vocal to MLW and Court Bauer that you wanted a match with Simon Gotch, to the point that you start, tagging MLW and tagging Court on Twitter during some of your Twitter exchanges between you and Simon. How did it feel to have that wish finally come true when on MLW Fusion they announced Simon Gotch versus Jordan Oliver in a grudge match?
I mean, I've been like ever since we took the break. I've been working hard, been putting on weight, put on over 40 pounds, weigh 220 pounds now. I'm a completely different person than I was before. I feel like this run of my MLW stuff is you won't even be able to tell that I'm the guy from before. That's how different I am. So I've been waiting just to get in the MLW ring again.
Yeah.
So that was first good. But then obviously I want to get my hands on Simon Gotch, and this one for me isn't really about winning or losing. I just want to get in there with Simon, and I just
Right.
want to test my might.
Right. And I've seen other works leading up to this match. Your style is like no other. You can amateur wrestle, you can be a high flyer, you can be technical if you want to be.
Yeah.
With all of that being said, things started to get a little serious after before and after the match announcement. We saw on MLW's Pulp Fusion, you're cutting a promo and Gotch just out of nowhere attacks you and chokes you out, which only leaves more fuel to the fire for this match to happen. So I gotta ask, how did it feel getting payback on Gotch from that attack when Gotch and Jacob Fatu, part of Contra's unit, were facing the Von Erichs on MLW Fusion? And the word is, from MLW and Simon Gotch, you left Simon with a black eye.
Yeah, I definitely I had to hit him off camera so I didn't catch any cases or any heat in the back. But it definitely felt good. But I still want to get my hands on Fatu too. After I'm done with Simon, I'm coming for that world championship. Whether people look at it or not, Jordan Oliver is a main eventer, and I will be that champion.
That was actually going to be my next question. Considering that this is a grudge match, it would leave fans assuming that after this match that you would kind of be done with Simon. So my next question was going to be, who's next on the chopping block for Jordan Oliver and Injustice?
For me, it's gonna be Fatu. I'm gonna be aiming to be the first guy to beat Fatu and take that belt from him. Like I said, I've been working very hard in the gym. I've been working out a lot. I put on a crazy amount of size compared to before, and I'm at right now. I feel like I'm at a whole different level than I ever have been before, in ring wise, mentally. I'm studying the game. I'm doing everything that I need to be doing, and I care about this a whole lot more than a lot of other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I really want that MLW World Championship.
Since the restart of MLW back in November, this is actually not only going to be your first match in MLW since the restart, but it's also going to be your first match in MLW in 2021.
Yeah.
You just kind of led into my next question. When it comes to this match, how have you prepared for Simon Gotch, because his style uh, can be all over the place as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely different than a lot of guys. He's a shoot based wrestler. You know, the guy can fight. The guy, he knows how to do submissions and takedowns and all that stuff. But you know, me too. I have a background in boxing. I have a background in amateur wrestling. I've been pro wrestling for 5 years. You know, I grew up on the streets. I'm a fighter. So for this match, I just been preparing by just doing what I always do, and that's studying game, working out, and doing what I do best. Like I'm just gonna go in there with a clear head and not expect anything from him except the fight.
Yeah, and you know, for fans who didn't know, I knew this because I was an amateur wrestler, you know, for 24 years. You had a good career in amateur wrestling, so um, that's one thing Simon, you know, really needs to look out for, and I think he might have slept on that. Do you think Simon has done any studying on you at all, or do you think he's just going in there just going to do the same thing he always does?
He probably hasn't done any studying on me, and if he has, he's probably watched the old stuff, the you know the 2020 before COVID era stuff, where I'm not as big as I am now, and I'm wrestling completely different. You know, before I was very much completely high flyer. That was what people would box me in as. But I
Hmm.
feel like if you watch any of my matches now, you wouldn't even know what to call me. You know, like you said, I'm a technical wrestler. I'm a suplex machine. I'm this. Like I can right now. I can do it all. You know, and I feel like
Yeah,
that's what I have over Simon is he doesn't know what to expect from me. But I know that he's gonna try to take me down and put me in a sleeper or give me a gosh pile driver or something. But I'm prepared for that. And I've been studying those holds and I've been studying how to reverse them and counter them. And that's the goal is to do my best not to get caught up in that sleeper.
yeah, that's awesome because you know, I've seen Simon's work pretty much everywhere he's been. I've seen your work pretty much everywhere you've been, and uh, so really, what fans can expect out of Jordan Oliver is to literally see a whole new Jordan Oliver come January 6th at Kings of Coliseum.
Yeah, absolutely. I like I said, I think if you put a video of me in MLW in the year 2019 and then you put it in 2021, you're not even gonna know it's the same guy. That's how much I've been training and how much better I've gotten since the break. I'm completely different, completely evolved. If I was level one before, I just reached level two,
And
and I'm
that's
only
awesome.
21.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and that's another thing that you know you have on Simon is being younger. You know,
Yeah.
generally we see with you know younger superstars, uh, you know, facing somebody you know like a Gotch. Even though you're younger, you've been in the business 5 years already. You have
Yeah.
a lot of experience in other trades that have helped build the professional wrestling career, and you know, age to me does play a factor. You're younger, faster. You said you put on 40 pounds, so you probably have a good strength advantage now. Um, Everything I'm hearing really kind of sounds like Simon Gotch is on the wrong side of how this match is going to come out.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
you know, which is incredible. But you know, um, you've put in the work, and I can see just from the video. You know, even you know you're in a hoodie and stuff, but I can see a size difference around the face and everything. Um, so I'm excited for this match. I really am, and uh, you know, after all of this is said and done, and you've made it clear you want to go after Fatu after this, are you worried that Simon Gotch might have any members of Contra Unit, members ringside, or them interfering in the match at all?
No, to be honest, I think I think he's too big headed to bring any of those guys. I mean, he might bring someone to watch his back just in case Obviously I'm gonna have Myron with me, but
Yeah.
I feel like Simon Gotch is a pretty straight up dude when it comes to fighting. I think he's gonna want to prove himself too. I think that people think that Simon's going in this match, it's just a match for him, but I think he has a lot to prove. Actually, I think this is his first singles match on MLW Fusion since the return. So I think that Simon better come here and he better go straight with me, because otherwise Myron's going to handle his dudes and I'm going to handle him.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have my record straight on this one. Another thing that you have that Simon Gotch doesn't is the fact that I believe you are undefeated as a singles competitor in MLW.
I am undefeated as a singles competitor in MLW. I've never been pinned or anything. I've been pretty lucky. I mean, I've beaten guys like Gringo Loco and a bunch of other guys too in MLW. Another thing I got on Simon Gotch is I don't know what he's been doing, but I've been wrestling on the independents every single weekend, going 60 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes with some of the best in the world. And I don't know what Simon's been doing, but there's no way that he's going to outlast me and be able to last. He can beat me up for 30 minutes. I'm good. I got the wind. I have the stamina. I'm tough as nails, dude. What is he going to do? He's going to have to kill me, because there's no way I'm leaving the Kings of Coliseum without some factor. He's not going to beat me 1, 2, 3. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and it's not that I hate to make this comparison, but this match to me has a feel of a Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart Iron Man match. If you've ever watched that match, you're Shawn. Simon is kind of reminding me of Bret, because I have kept up with you on social media. I've seen the videos. I've seen the tweets. One thing that you did in particular between your exchange is Simon Gotch, early in the Twitter exchange was already resorting to, name calling and things like that. And you were just like, hey, come watch my stuff. Here it is.
Let's fight.
You didn't resort to any of that. The most you were doing was, tagging MLW and tagging MLW CEO, and saying, make this match. He's talking the trash. Let's see it happen now. With that being said, you're not worried about Contra Unit interfering. You've already established you want to, after this feud, you're still not done with Contra Unit. With the loss of Kodo to Injustice, will you and Myron look into bringing in any more members into Injustice?
I think the overall goal, between me and Myron is to build up an established faction. We would love to get new guys in there. It's just about finding the right fit. Obviously, Snoop and us had connected very well from traveling on the road for over 12 months together. But hopefully, I would love, obviously 3 is better than 2 and 4 is better than 3. And especially with guys like the Contra Unit, who I don't even know how many members they have in full. We got guys like Akira Kwan, who's not even, he hasn't even, who's heard from Akira Kwan. What's this guy doing? He's over there in the trenches. Who else do they have? I would love to be able to have some more backup. That's for sure. I'm definitely not worried about that in this match particular, but after, being attacked in the locker room, I got caught lacking. I was by myself.
Yeah. And, speaking of that, you brought up that Myron Reed's going to be by your side for your match with Simon Gotch. We also know that Myron Reed also has a match defending his title at MLW's Kings of Coliseum against Leo Rush. Will you be in his corner for that match?
No, Myron wants to do that straight up.
Okay.
He wants to, Leo's been giving him the business. He's been being cocky and all this stuff. And I think that Myron just, we talked about it. I think he just wants to go straight up one-on-one with Leo. I think that's his goal.
All right. And
so things change, but you never know.
Yeah. And speaking of all that, What do you want fans to take away from your match that you're about to have Wednesday, January 6th on this free pay-per-view with MLW Kings of Coliseum?
I just want people to look at me and understand that I've used this time to grow. You know, like you said before, when Simon was coming at me on Twitter, I didn't call him names or anything like that. I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to get this match. You know, and I feel like a year ago I probably would have resorted to calling him names. I want people to come out of this match thinking, "Wow, Jordan Oliver's matured. He's a grown ass man now." And I want people to know that I'm a fighter and that I'm ready for that world belt. I'm coming for that championship.
All right. Last question here for you, Jordan Oliver. Where can fans find you on social media? The floor is yours.
You can find me on social media at the Jordan Oliver on Twitter and Instagram. And I sell merch on my own website, wastedyouthbrand.com. You can find a link in all the social media descriptions, and that's pretty much it.
All right. Jordan, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to speak with me. And I'd also like to thank Court Bauer and MLW for allowing this interview to happen.
Yes.
Fans, make sure to catch Kings of Coliseum January 6th. You can catch it on all sorts of platforms. You can catch it on MLW's YouTube page. You can catch it on Pluto TV. You can catch it on Fubu Sports Network. And you can catch it on beIN Sports and DAZN. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for this interview today. After Kings of Coliseum, please make sure to check out sportskita.com where you can check my check my grades, results, and video highlights of the pay-per-view. And you can always find every Wednesday afterwards my reviews on MLW Fusion. Jordan, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Great insight, and I hope nothing but the best for you on Wednesday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.